Hey guys. All right, I got some more cool things that happen in the spirit world. I thought I'd enlighten you and tell you what I experience in the spirit world, so you know what you have to look forward to, more or less. All right, so let's go. Let me check my notes. Bread and toothpaste. Yeah, that ain't it. Okay. Cosmetic surgery. Okay, so one time I went to Jesus' house and his wife was there with his two kids. And kids are sitting at the table drinking orange juice or eating cereal or something. And they have all these products in St. Lucian. This is in Oceanside. I was in Oceanside, and that's where Jesus lived. Anyway, back to the story was the kids were sitting at the table, and they looked like frogs. Well, they're cute as sin, but they look like frogs. They had big wide mouths from ear to ear, and they were talking and they're being like kids. So when me and Jesus left the house, his wife, she looked normal. She gave me orange juice. Would you like some orange juice? I said, yes, please. And I drank my orange juice talking to the kids. So me and Jesus left his house. I left the kids. I go, how come your kids look like frogs? And he started laughing. And he goes, because they're not in human form. Turns out, mostly young people, old people too, the human form, the human soul body you have in St. Lucian. But when you loosen up and you get fatigued and you get tired, your soul body goes, bleh. It just sort of loosens up, and you look all contorted. You wake up in the morning and you tighten your soul skins if you can. Some people can, some people can't, and you right back into the face you desire, so to speak. So, cosmetic surgery, CBC. There's getting your soul skins, you they loosen in the morning. But CBC, I burst CBC. He's an older guy. He's even bigger than me. He's huge. He looks like a Sasquatch, more or less. And when he left me, he didn't want to get corrected. He wanted to remain the same. I think he was afraid of it. But Jesus Christ can take you and give you human attributes, so to speak. Well, CBC, he had a brow ridge, like brow ridge. He had huge cheekbones, huge jawbone, huge neck bone, and he didn't want to get changed. But he's sweet as he's like a baby. He don't want to fight. My biggest problem with him is people beat him up and hit him over the head with baseball bats and everything, and he won't fight back. I don't think he can fight. He's never learned how to fight. So whatever the case may be, he don't want to fight back. people see him when he's walking through universities, schools, because he's going to school and university. He's taking the Christ courses to become a Christ. I consider him a Christ now, but he's got to take these courses. And he's getting recently, people have been teasing him with the way he looks. So much so that it gave him a psychological problem. And that problem is misery. He came to me and he said, I got misery and it's increasing. The misery is increasing from people calling him an eyesore. So basically, all your guys and girls in university, the yuppies, are teasing him. And it's giving him misery. So he came to me in Christ. Christ set him up with a cosmetic surgery guy. And this cosmetic surgery doctor is gonna change the shape of, turn him into a human, more or less. I'm like, we'll punch the shit out of the fucking yuppies and tell them to shut up. But that's my response to that. But he don't know how to fight. I think he can, because he's huge. He's huge. But he don't know how to fight. So Christ got him his cosmetic surgery, and yesterday was when I learned of his misery and all the stuff that's happening to him. He went to the Regent priest, just because that was the place, and they got a cosmetic surgeon to come in and work on him with me beside him. I was beside him. I saw him, and they were working to correct his face. And the cosmetic surgeon, he was a pretty cool guy. He did a fabulous job on CBC, and I saw CBC after the surgery, and his face was puffed up and had bandages wrapping around, so I couldn't really see. But I saw when they took the bandages off, I saw him for a second, and he looked really, really different. And he immediately got a lease on life. He just went blossomed. He went crazy. He was so happy. And yeah, he was happy. Then I upped him one. I said, now that you look like a construction worker, like he's fucking huge. He looked like a construction worker, a North American construction worker, and just a normal guy, like sort of like me, but bigger features, more features, 100% better. And his original form, his original look on of him, it never bothered me. I can't see I can't see him half the time anyway. So, but when I did see him, I was holy shit. But it didn't bother me because he came from me. I birthed him. He grew up. He got so big. Christ had to take him out of me and separated him from me. Just like what was that other one? Rasputin, the Russian that was killed. Rasputin. Rasputin came from me a long time ago. So Christ says. And I connected with him. I guess I had a conversation with him. Rasputin. So this is all in the spirit world, by the way. I guess I met him and had a conversation, and he's doing good and doing his thing. I don't know if he's alive or dead at this point in another body, but they said after he lived his Russian past life. I was in Russia, remember? My past life was in Russia. After I died of Dana Boone, I went to Russia and I had a life there. Well, around the same time, Rasputin was in Russia and doing his thing. So how that worked, I don't really know, but I must have gave birth to Rasputin during my Native American past life or in my Dana Boone past life. And he separated from me and became his own person. So the story goes. So anyway, back to CBC. I call him CBC because he never shut up. When he was in me, and he was in me during the starting of my skin collapse, when I broke through my skins, and I could see spiritually. I called him CBC because he never shuts up like the radio broadcast. CBC radio, the liberal fucking radio, they never shut up about that stuff. So I'm like, shut up, CBC, because he was in me talking all the time. Then Jesus took him out and he became CBC. I got another CBC I gave birth to, number 2, but he's a little kid. He's with Jesus now, and he still hangs around with Tina, Angela, Julie, and Elizabeth, and CBC. But he's a little guy. Get more back on him later. And he just got birthed out of me like 2 months ago. And he was in me for a year, developing. So CBC looks like a new guy. He's really happy with it. I asked him this morning, how's CBC doing? And they said he is kicking ass. He loves it. And then I had a dream last night where I was with CBC and we were looking at my vehicles, and I gave him a vehicle, and I love the Chevelle. He picked a Chevelle, which is more or less like a normal car. A Chevelle, 69 Chevelle, 69 Nova or something. But I loved it, and he wouldn't take it. And I said, okay, well, find yourself another one and let me know what you want. Now, I created these vehicles. I created them, and I have them in storage. And you put them in Same Illusion, and they run. Right out of your dream, right out of your subconscious. Watch my videos. They're all in there. How I do it, how you can do it. I tell you how you can do it. You can create vehicles off the internet in the spirit world. Put them in stores for you when you get there. Anyway, he chose GMC Sierra. I created this Sierra pickup truck for another guy. He ordered it. Well, fuck. Took me 15 minutes to make it. So I guess the guy didn't take it. So Jesus Christ stuck it in a warehouse and it's sitting there until CBC took it. So now he's got a car. So CBC's got a car and a new face and everything's fucking glorious. Everybody's happy. And there's one more thing. There's a mask you can make. You make yourself look the way you want, okay? There's a, I guess it's like a plastic thing. Plastic sheet of paper. You make yourself look the way you want, what you want, or you create it or however you do that. You create your face. Tina does this once in a while. And then you take the mask and you put it on your face, in your eyes and around your nose and your lips and your mouth and contours of your face. Or you get a company to do it. Like going to the nail polish people. Where you go and make yourself look pretty. Well, they put this plastic on your face and then they mold your face. So every morning you wake up, you put on the mask and it contours your face to the mask of what you want. So you don't gotta think about it. Then you take it off and you look like. That's what most people do in St. Lucian, I've heard. Or you can just will yourself back to your original form in the morning when you wake up. Because in the morning, at night, when you're sleeping, you get all relaxed and blah, and your face goes blah. When you wake up, you right back to the way you like it, naturally. But if you can't do that, you got this plastic mask, plastic mold. You put it on your face and you mold your face to it. So I just want to bring that up. I said that before on one of the videos. Okay. So I was with the Regent priest for like 3-4 months living with the Regents. It was hell, tell you, hell. But they're cool guys, more or less. And I guess I'm a Regent priest. I always have been. Daniel Boone was a Regent priest. After he died, he went to the Regent priest and became a Regent priest. I think that has something to do with the priestess because she's a Regent priest, female priest. They call Regent priests the male priests are Regent priests. Female Regent priests are priestesses. So the priestess, my soulmate, once was, she's separated from me and now she's away from me, keeping me my ego. Hell I went through. Anyway, I have to leave. I left the Regent priest 2 days ago. And they built me a house. It's an octagon house. Looks like an octagon. It's a stop sign, like a stop sign. I think that's an octagon. And it's a house. It's like a huge house, but it's octagon shaped with rooms inside. And the whole half of it is all glass. The other half are rooms inside the octagon. And I don't know the roof. I don't remember the roof, but I seen the guy. I seen the company that made it had a brochure, and I looked at the brochure, and I saw all the different styles of houses that they made for people. Well, I got a big ass one, I don't know, it costs a lot of money, but Christ paid for it. And I saw myself playing my bass, watching the sunset, playing my bass, watching the sunset, and I was like, wow, this is great. It was like the living room, fucking windows and air conditioning and cool breeze blowing in, and I was playing my bass, watching the sunset at night, and there's leaves hitting the windows. So that's the type of thing it is. This octagon house, and it cost like $18,000 or something. It was really nice. And I'm out in the woods somewhere, not totally in the woods, but the neighbors don't bother you, and I live there. That's my home. Well, I have to move back in there because the priest needs a room, and they're kicking me out. They're not kicking me out. I can never, not like I can never go back to the regent priest, but they're kicking me out, so I have to go home. It takes, I just learned this, it takes 15 days to acclimate. Your soul body has to acclimate into St. Lucian. It takes 15 days. And I'm on like day 3. It takes 15 days for you to acclimate. So if you're up on level 8 and you move down to St. Lucian, it takes 15 days for you to acclimate into St. Lucian. Or if you're down lower, on level 1, and you move up to level 3, and you live in St. Lucian now, it takes you 15 days to acclimate. I didn't know that. Acclimating at St. Lucian. And it's really irritating. The vibe is just, when you acclimate to the regent priest, and the regent priests are right over St. Lucian, like a cloud, like a city in the sky. Like the city in the sky. When you're in St. Lucian and you look up, you don't see nothing. But there's actually the regent priest kingdom, or their home. And it's called Raccoon City. Raccoon City. And I questioned, they wouldn't tell me why. I don't know why it's called Raccoon City. So it's basically a city in the sky if you're in St. Lucian looking up at, but you can't see it when you're in St. Lucian. I don't know, but anyway, and it still takes me 15 days. And I was just above it in the sky. The regent priest's castle or place or homestead or whatever the hell it is, where all the regent priests and study and hang out and do their regent priest stuff. You can shoot on a spirit level when you're in the illusion. You can shoot from Saint Lucian to the regent priest. No, nothing. You ain't gotta go very far. So I don't know. That's the way it is, though. And let's go on to the next one. Seed change 22. Okay, they gave me 22 seeds last week. I had them seeds for a week, and they just started working. I could really feel them by the end of it. And there was 2 that were prominent, that glowed. They took them all out of me, and I was pissed. They put 2 back in me, and they worked great. 2 seeds. They put them mid-range, and they worked really well. They took those out, and they put in 22 on Friday. 22 seeds Friday, and they barely work. So I got to arguing bitching, calling them names, fucking bad mouthing them. I basically calmed down and said, why don't you give me your 14 seed? Why don't you give me I told Jesus, why don't you give me my original 14 seed? What's wrong with that? And all this stuff came up. He went and asked the regent priest, Rich wants his 14 seeds, original 14 seeds, and then you can put the 22 or add up to 22 remaining on that, or just something like that. But he wants his original 14 because my original 14 seeds, they all worked. I could shoot lasers, beam lasers. They worked great. They're beautiful. And they said they would give them back to me in a week. So I got to go back. Today's Sunday. I have to go back next Friday or Saturday or Sunday and get them. They're going to replace them. These ones are starting to kick in barely. I can barely feel them. So the seeds, when the regent priests get a hold of them, they take everything you've done in your life and they watch it. They analyze. For me, they analyze currently is abusive situation. How I deal with abuse. If I am an abuser, they're looking for my abuses. And I don't really abuse anybody, but I'll fucking self-defense. Right up there at the top. And that's not a crime for self-defense. In this life, my physical responses, my situations in school, my situations with the ETs, my situation with problem people, my drug addicts running around this building, they look at all that. They take the seed, hold it, put it inside themselves, and watch how you respond. And they call it up. They order it up. You take the seed, you put it in you, and you say, I want to see Richard's responses. And then you chant Richard's current problems, Richard's current problems, Richard's current self-defense problems, what I'm going through. And they study it. They see what happened to me. And they watch it. And they feel the responses from it. They're better at it than I am. Because they don't have an ego to deal with. Okay? Because the ego filters everything. You get confused about what you're seeing. When you have a vision, you don't know what the hell it's about. But the regent priests see the vision or have a vision, and they know exactly what it's about, and they know the feel of it, the emotional response of what happened to you. They can feel and they know your shit, and they're really good at it. Sort of like psychometry, but they're really good at it. When you're doing psychometry, you pick up someone's coffee cup, you take the energy off that coffee cup, and you see visions from that person. I do it. I can do it. I used to, for example, take Nazi paraphernalia. Me and my friend Jay, we go to antique store, and he buy Nazi paraphernalia. Nazi, like war Nazis, real war Nazis. And he buy their paraphernalia. Well, I would take it like a knife. And he goes, Rich, find out if this is real. So I do psychometry on it. The first step I see, if it was real, this is a real knife used by Nazis, is I get a glow around my hand. A glow. And I can see the glow with my eyeballs open. And if it glowed, I take the energy and close my eyes and bring it up to my head. Don't ever do that, by the way. And I see whatever was shown. And then I know it was real. I give it back to Jay and say, yep, that's real. If it wasn't real, I see nothing. It was dead. It was just a fucking, it might have been a beer can. Nope. That's the equivalent of a beer can, Jay. They're ripping you off. And they do it all the time. So that's what I did. I still do it today to find out if it's real or not. If things are real or you're being deceived or ripped off. So that's what the region priests do with your seeds. But it's a lot more powerful because they're seeds from the Creator or people from closer to the Creator. I don't understand totally, but they're up there. So next week I get my 14 seeds, and I'll have the equivalent of, I'll have 22 seeds plus my 14 seeds. So they're taking some seeds, they're taking 14 seeds out of me, the dead ones that ain't working. I don't know why. They take them out, and they're putting my original 14 back in me. Thank God. But they cleaned them. What that means, I don't know if they'll work or not. They cleaned my seeds. It don't sound too good because I don't think they work. Once they clean them, they take all the information off and they're clean and they stick them back in you. So do I start all over again? 50 years of experiences gone. I can still remember all my experiences I've had with CE5 and the aliens and winning the lottery, fucking every detail that my seeds gave me, every experiences, all the experiences, even the joy of getting laid. I remember it all, but I don't feel it. I don't have the glow. And the glow makes your memories fucking fabulous with your seeds. So it's important to me because I gotta carry on living and create my probable realities with my seeds. And my seeds tell me what's a good reality, probable reality, and what isn't. They think I'm fucking dead, the region priests. They think I'm like questioning them. Do you guys work at McDonald's with these seeds? Because obviously you have no fucking idea what's going on, or you're not telling me. Because I need my original seeds to tell me what probable realities are good ones. He knows about that. Oh yeah, that's what it's like. Constantly. And I got deadheads. I'm all out of buttons. Give me buttons. I want some plastic buttons. Put them in there. Call them seeds. That's basically what I got right now. There's two that glow really, not even medium. That's it. Out of 22, I got two that are glowing, and they're piss ass glow. And all I get from them is joy. Joy, 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 joy. It ain't recreating my reality. They ain't speaking to me. They're supposed to speak to you, tell you what to do, where to go, what is good, what isn't. Good aliens, bad aliens. I got nothing except joy. Joy. Well, it feels good, but it ain't helped me. I've been since Loogie Man stole my seeds that day. I've been through hell and back, and I never got my seeds back. They've been stolen by the priestess, taken by the regent priest, taken by the agency, and all of them, 14, dissected over and over and over and over and over again. And I've been just fucking living in chaos, running around in circles. It's the light, it's the guiding light inside you. It pissed me off so much, I'd say, wait till I'm dead. Wait till I'm dead, and I'm gonna come there, and I'll have grievances, and I'll fucking pursue repercussions that you did to me. All you fucking priests. I'm not mad at them. They're doing their job. And some of them are really cool. Some of them are fucking assholes. Straight up. Anyway. I am making, next topic, I have an interview with the media. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but I'm doing an interview with, and what they want is an update on me and the priestess situation. Now, the priestess is going to do her media interview, and I'm going to do my interview on the situation with the priestess, because me and her for the last 6 months have been separating spiritually. And so CBC and me right now, he's a part of me. He's my innocence. CBC is my innocence. There's another CBC, a little guy. He left. I gave birth to him. They're called CBCs. A whole bunch of CBCs running around. It gets confusing as hell, but that's what they call them. They all do vlogs on social media, like YouTube, like I'm doing for you. They do it there, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about. But this is the media, St. Lucian Media. They want an update on what is going on with me and the priestess, how it's working out. Christ is chiming in. Christ has been taking care of me. He's chiming in, and I'm going to give my statement, and it's going out in the media. Now to the vlogs. I've been doing vlogs, as turns out, not my big soul, not my ego soul, because it's wrapped up here in the ego. You got your ego soul, then you got your innocence. They call it CBC. He, including the other CBC I gave birth to, he's fully functional and alive and well and running around like a little kid. But he's really fucking smart. And then there's a big CBC, the one I told you about earlier. They all do vlogs on me, the embodiment in the illusion, the physical body, ego world, or to them, they call it the illusion. Earth, reality, and your soul's wrapped up in it, is called the illusion, according to Christ. It took me damn near a year to learn that. That's one illusion. Oh, it gives madness. So I'm always learning. This stuff. It's crazy. So anyway, they do vlogs. So I'm watching Trucker Josh vlog. YouTube Trucker Josh vlog. And it's a trucker. He's a trucker out of Winnipeg, and he does a daily vlog. Well, I've been watching his playlists, day-to-day playlists, binge watching them because that's basically all I got to do, and it's pretty exciting. It's not exciting. It's more informative. It's really nice. It's total. He's a Christian. He's a Christian guy. He's just like me, more or less, without swearing. You don't swear. You don't. And he drives big giant trucks. Big rigs across Canada and the United States. And I like watching him because he's explaining the country, and I like to watch places I've been that he goes to. Anyway, I watch his channel, and turns out CBC has been up to no good. CBC, through Jesus Christ, found out, well, Trucker Josh in the spirit world, Trucker Josh in the spirit world does his own vlogs in the spirit world. Just like CBC does his own vlogs in the spirit world. So I'm doing a vlog. I'm doing like a vlog to you, making YouTube videos so you can watch them and learn something, maybe. As I'm making this one in reality, my soul is creating, unbeknownst to me, well, I knew it, but I don't know the details, his own vlogs. So Jesus Christ got in touch with Trucker Josh, not in reality, like Trucker Josh, in reality, the guy you see on the video of the channel, he don't know what the hell's going on, but his soul is making vlogs in St. Lucian or wherever, and people watch it. Well, he got us together to watch each other's vlogs, and mine's all about the priestess and UFOs, and turns out he don't know too much about spiritual stuff. Well, he is in the spirit world, but he don't know too much about UFOs and aliens and anarchy and social political situations. He's just a trucker, and that's what he talks about, and that's what he does. So, but me and him are having this little fun thing on the internet in St. Lucian spirit world. So even your souls are vlogging, and Christ got us connected in the spirit world. So we watch each other's blogs and we comment on them, and we share each other's channels in the spirit world. Pretty fucking cool, I thought. And it's just some guy I was watching here on YouTube. I found him. He's out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I just started watching him. I found out I liked his platform, what he's doing on there. And he films himself trucking down the road. It's really cool. They're 20-minute videos. Every day he does a 20-minute video. Yeah, check it out, man. If you like trucking videos, he's really polite. You can let your kids watch it. It's child friendly. And he's pretty much exactly like me. If I didn't swear and talk about UFOs, pretty much like me. I enjoy it. I laugh, and I'm laughing with him. I'm fucking laughing at his videos because there's some funny things in there. But it turns out CBC and Josh in the spirit world are sharing their channels and their content. So more or less, he's sharing my vlogs, And I'm sharing his. And on to the next thing. Oh, and the media. Yeah, it's on the priestess. The media is getting an update on the priestess. And the next thing I want to talk about is the ETs to the drive-by. The ETs last week, I think Wednesday or Thursday, I was going to bed and I heard the ETs come. And they flew over real fast, checked me out, and flew away. I was talking to Jesus at the time, and I caught them. Same time I was talking to Jesus, Christ, the ETs came overhead. And the ETs have a distinct reaction in my brain. So whenever the ETs come, it sounds like crickets, a field of crickets. And the closer they get to me, the louder it gets in my brain. Until, whoop, they're standing in front of me. And by that time, it's so fucking loud in my head, I can't stand it. They leave me alone, and the crickets get quieter. As they're coming in, they get louder. The crickets, the sound of crickets, and as I leave, it gets quieter. So that's how I know. That's the way it's always been my whole life. And when they get really loud, boom, the ETs are standing in front of you, more or less. Spiritually. They can come physically. You can go outside and see the ship physically. You can film the ship physically. But spiritually, the ETs are basically not the Anunnaki, my original ETs, the Orion guys. They come, they're like Jesus Christ, but a little different. And they're nice. They follow the fucking natural law. They'll leave you alone. If you're not involved with them, they'll leave you alone, more or less. Anyway, I heard them come around the other day. I was talking to Grace. I still told him, I go, the ETs just showed up. And I had no seeds. I had 2 seeds. I don't know what the hell they wanted. I wanted to hook up to them, but I only had 2 seeds, and it didn't really work out. But they came. I could see them like a certain spiritual way. They were looking at me, checking me out as they flew by, and they just kept on going real fast. And they went away real fast. And I said, Grace, that was quick. Usually they don't fly away that fast. I mentioned it to Grace. He didn't really say anything about it, but he knows all about them. And anyway, that was that. Well, yeah, the Grace before, the Grace I'm with, the Grace before him said the ETs ain't coming back. They're never coming back to talk to you. I'm like, fuck off. They come when they nothing you can do about it. They're coming when they come. I wasn't worried when he said nope. And that was a psyop to get me off the talk. He didn't want me talking to the ETs. And they weren't coming around. They've been around for 6 months. And then the new craze I get, they come around. So the blue craze bullshit that he was spewing on me. Right out the door. I knew it anyway. So yeah, the ETs are still around. I think the ETs are dealing with. They're watching the war, the progression of the war, and social political shit. They check all that out. They're on top of that. They won't interfere unless, if they do interfere in war stuff, it's through consciousness and the people, the politicians. They fucking working them politicians. It would be a lot worse than what it is now if they weren't. So they can get away with only so much. natural law to humans. So that's what's been going on for the past week. I thought I'd make a video, and I'm going to upload this and watch Trucker Josh. Then I'm watching the hockey game. Winnipeg's playing, and we'll see you again later. Wish me luck. I need it. There's one other thing I was going to talk to you. Yeah. Okay, when you get a disease like cancer, it forms in the soul body before it materializes in you. I'm going to the hospital tomorrow. My soul is going to the hospital tomorrow, and they're going to check my throat because my throat's been irritating. They think it's fucking cancer or something. I don't think so. It's just irritating because I started smoking again. So they're all worried about it. But they said they're going to check it out. And we got to talking about it. That it'll manifest in your soul body before it manifests in your physical body. So my soul body will manifest the displacement, the cellular displacements before it manifests in my physical body. So they're going to check it out. They said if they find anything, they can immediately fix it. And it'll be cellular size. I don't know if they have cells in the soul body, but they can change the manifestation of it in the soul body, turn it back to normal, and it won't manifest here. Now, it won't manifest in the soul, in the body, physical body. So it manifests in the soul body before it manifests in the physical. That's the doctors are saying. It also, in most cases, they said, in most cases, growing tumors and cells and other things, other diseases manifest in the soul body before it manifests here. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to fucking word all this, so bear with me. If you have a collision, a blunt instrument punch you in the face, it'll cut you. Well, it didn't happen in the soul world. It happened here. So there is that. There's that type of, and then it goes from the physical to the soul body, and the soul body gets cut also. So when you get hit by a baseball bat in your head, it'll cut you here and it'll manifest in your soul body. They then fix it in the soul body and it heals here. It's a twisty thing. It's twisty. So they said if they find any displacements or eruptions or whatever in the soul body, they can fix it before it manifests in the physical. And they have millions of examples of that happening. Millions. Not just with cancer, but with everything. Everything meaning other ailments, whatever that means. I told you I'm not a fucking doctor, so that's what Grace was telling me. That's what the nurses were telling me, and the regent priests are telling me. They're saying yes, it manifests. So I'm smoking, chain smoking constantly. It'll manifest. The cancer will manifest in my soul body before it manifests in the physical, and you get a big tumor. Well, they can cut that out. Where I don't know if they cut it out. What do they do? They heal it in the soul body at doctors, so it don't manifest in the soul body. But there's other factors where it manifests physical body before it manifests in the physical body. But there's other factors where cancer and tumors and things like that manifest first in the physical and then it enters the soul body. But they're checking my soul body out for any manifestations of cancer, throat cancer. And it's I've had a weird tingling here since I started smoking again. And I quit. And there's a reason why. There's a whole reason why I couldn't maintain. I was going insane by not smoking. My ego was totally the psychological part of not smoking. My ego was constantly, whenever I stopped doing something, I was over the physical addiction for 3 months. But whenever I stopped, my soul goes to fuck. My fucking subconscious would smoke. That's a psychological. So I took a drag one day. I took a drag, and my blood pressure dropped, mellowed me right out. Christ fucking flipped out. He did a whole analysis and said, "Start smoking again. You are not the same person. You've been smoking too long. You should smoke before you go to bed. Smoke when you wake up, and have 3 cigarettes in the morning and 4 or 5 in the afternoon to keep you balanced. And that won't fucking cause any damage to you." Well, I went a little overboard with that, but I'm maintaining it. Maintaining that procedure, and so I'm doing that because I couldn't take it. I couldn't deal with this shit. Of not smoking. I couldn't deal with it. It was hurting me more. It was hurting me more in certain areas than not smoking. That's what Christ said. It's giving you more problems than you need not smoking. And that ain't even concerning the physical addiction of smoking. Because it's psychological. And when I took that cigarette and I smoked it, my whole world fucking changed. Man. It's crazy. I know, man. It's crazy. And I get into the details of it, but I don't want to take an hour. So I'm just going to leave it there. And write to me if you want to know the details. I'll make another video of smoking and what happened to me. All right. See you later, guys.